Hey, it's Victor from Social Firestarter. So every now and then we get this question regarding domains and basically getting a new domain, if the attorney should go ahead and use a new domain or if they should continue their SEO work on the old one that they've already been using. So regardless of the situation, there might be a reason that you might want to maybe switch up your domain to a different one. Now, I want to go ahead and in this video actually explain the different situations that I've come across and the best way to really handle these so that you don't lose any SEO rankings. So I've loaded up this page here, and you can try to do a little Google search to get to this Search Console help page. But this is really just the change of address tool. If you do go ahead and change from one domain to another, there's all sorts of different changes that you want to make on the new website, on the new domain, to make sure that everything works perfectly, or at least as best as it can, because this isn't really, it's not going to be perfect. But if you're going to do it, this would be a good place for you to start so that you can understand what type of work and things like settings and everything that you need to get done on the new domain so that you're not losing as much of your SEO rankings. So again, you can go through this Google provided content, and then it points you to a tool that you use to basically try to speed things up. You don't actually need to use the change of address tool. It's just a little bit helpful, especially if you don't have an agency that can accomplish the entire switch all at once. Basically, it kind of creates a bit of a mess if you can't update everything online all at once. So this would be a great place for you to kind of read and understand that a little bit better. Now, regarding the different reasons why you might want to change your domain, I know a bunch of attorneys have asked before, maybe the one that they chose at first was like a previous name of the law firm. Like there was a partner that was involved that no longer is. So maybe the name of the law firm changed, and now you need to, now you're thinking of changing the domain. If that is the case and you really just can't have the previous name in there anymore, it just does not fit, it doesn't make any more sense, then I would say that this is a good reason to do to actually migrate to a new domain. I've also heard people ask about, should we go ahead and purchase some expensive domain because it has some key terms in it? No, that doesn't really do anything anymore. So in that case, that's not a good reason to change up your domain. Another reason would be, another one I've heard of, I guess not as common, but maybe they went ahead and acquired a domain that actually has a nice backlink profile to it. And maybe, you're thinking of potentially just switching your entire campaign over to this better, domain that has much more links on it. That one is a little bit more tricky, depending on, the actual difference of backlinks between the old domain and the new domain. That's going to be the main differentiator there, whether you want to go ahead and do it. If there's a significant difference in value in the links on the new domain that you're looking at, then it might be worth it for you to go ahead and switch over. Now, other than that, I don't think there's really any good reason to actually go ahead and switch your domain. Really, what this is, it's like home base. It's a very important place that represents the entity that is your law firm online. Much like the GMB listings, it's really, really an important digital property that really represents your online presence. A lot of things get connected to this entity, and it's like, across Google search, across search engines, everything works when things are properly connected with your domain. Once there are discrepancies, once you create, if you have a mess out there, if you're not properly citing your law firm's name with the correct domain, if you have some listings that say one website, some listings that say another website, that's where you can start to create issues, and maybe not exactly issues that you can see or ones that you can get notified of, but things that will hold back your campaign and any sort of SEO efforts that you're doing. So those are my thoughts as far as changing a domain. If you should do it, some situations to describe my thoughts on how to decide whether or not to do it. But overall, since everything is connecting to this domain, your entire backlink profile, all the mentions online, they're tied to that one domain. If you get a new one and that new one doesn't have any backlinks on it, you are essentially starting from scratch. And so the amount of time that it can take to actually transfer the rankings to that new domain, if you can't actually acquire the same amount of mentions to that new domain, you might struggle to actually recover those rankings to what they used to be. But in many cases, if you do a thorough job with the entire switch, maybe it's just a few months here or there that you lose your rankings, but after let's say half a year, you end up actually recovering back to where you used to be with the previous domain. It all comes down to how clean the entire process is handled. If everything was redirected properly, if the page structure was kept the same on the new domain, and also how long it took you to accomplish all of this. I would say usually it's best if you can change everything all at once, as opposed to doing it over time, because now as you do it over time, there's a significant amount of time where Google and the algorithm is now collecting information that's not exactly not everything is uniform like it used to be anymore. But that's pretty much it. Let me know if you've got some sort of question regarding anything I mentioned here, or if you are thinking about doing a domain change. Something else that I frequently get asked to do is, is this a good domain for me to buy? Or how much is this worth? I believe I did already a video previously covering that, but if somebody wants me to go more in depth into domain valuation, I can definitely do so. So thanks for watching. Again, if you're looking for more information about how we rank lawyers in the Map Pack, head over to lawyergnb.com, and that's where you can learn more about us. So thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.